Hi guys! So, I am doing a new Flosstube number 24 because technology was not my friend with the first one. I filmed it, my iPad wouldn't upload it. I tried to just do a tiny bit of editing in iMovie to try and upload from my iPad. That was just trouble, but suddenly it went, and the thing that happened was the writing I have put in the beginning of the video suddenly lasted the whole video. I got an error message when uploading, but at first I couldn't see anything special, and it had gone up, so I thought that it was fine, but most likely something there happened, and yeah, so I'm doing a new one. I'm in a new location because it's Sunday, October the 7th, and my son and husband is home. I'm at the 3rd floor and my son is at the ground floor, and I can hear him up, so I don't hope that you will be able to hear it, but you never know. So if you hear shouting and cars crashing, toy cars crashing, that is just my son. So, first off, the giveaway winner, I did it live on the last video, but as I said, that I have just scrapped it, doing a new one. So Heather from Link is My Homeboy, congratulations, you won! So I have your address, so I will get that packed and in the mail as soon as I can. So, let's just jump over to whips. I have done some more on my Baby 3 sampler. I found a good way for stitching this on my computer, so going forward I hope that it will go much faster, because the hardest part with my Baby 3 sampler is the leaves and doing the outlining. And when I have the outlining, it goes super fast just filling in when I watch TV, when I sit at the doctor's office, etc, etc. So I have had troubles with outlining the leaves because there are so many. A lot of them is different. You can't really do too much wrong on most of them, because then you will end up getting the next one wrong. And I tried fudging some of them, but that just made it worse, so I actually had to rip out some one time. But on my computer, on my Adobe Reader, I found that I can use my arrow to just mark over in blue on the pattern, so I get the leaf I am watching is like have a blue square around it, and suddenly my life got a lot easier because I didn't suddenly look at the wrong leaf while stitching. So my Baby 3 sampler is stitched on a 46 count light lavender from Extrude Design. The flosses are flosses from Hand Dyed by Rolanda, and here it is now. So as you can see, I have done a lot of outlining. I had some more over here, but those I stitched yesterday for about half an hour before going to bed. I have been playing board games all weekend, so just needed to put a few stitches in before bed. But I hope today will be a good cross-stitching day. So no more board games this weekend. So there's where I'm at on this one. And I really feel that there isn't much to do now that I have so many leaves outlined. There are just a few in here, and I will guess it's about 30 leaves, around that number. So maybe more, maybe a little bit less. And I should just get cracking on that one, and hopefully it will be done pretty fast. This one I have in my Bitsy Bob. I got from That's So Kelly, which is the Millennium Falcon. So, next one I worked just a tiny bit on has been my Tinkerbell from the Disney sale. It is stitched on a 18 count Aida 2/1. These two needle minders I have made myself, and this one is from Denkai Designs. And I have just done a tiny bit up here. So I finished 2 blocks, and that equals 0.30% progress. So not much on this, but that's fine. And 1st of October we got the notice that the next panel releasing in the Disney sale is Pocahontas. So that will be fun. I don't know if I will start Pocahontas yet or if I will wait, but we'll just have to see what I feel like. Next up, what I have worked a whole lot on this week that has been is my Haunted Mansion sale. It is stitched on a, I think it's 14 count. I always believe it's 16, but in reality I think it's 14. And probably I should use my cross stitch gauge and find out what count it is, but I know the piece will fit on this fabric, so it's fine. This was Aida I got from Stacy from Atlantica Dream Stitches. Hi Stacy. And it's perfect for this sale. And here I am now. As you can see, I have finished the Blood Moon. I love my conversion in the Blood Moon. It looks amazing. Just look at that moon. And all the stars and all the bats are done. So down to here, everything upside is fully completed. So I just need a little bit more on the roof on this side, and then I have reached room number 1 and room number 2. That's part 2 and part 3 of the cell, and I will also then start to work on the trees that are on both sides downwards. So, and this line was when I was stitching, I worked my way up, actually on a line here in the middle, got some counting off when jumping from the moon to this top and working down. So everything I had done under, I needed to frog and restitch. And now everything that was wrong is actually frogged. So, but no problem. It was like one stitch, but I didn't want to fudge it because this pattern looks amazing, and I didn't want to suddenly have one less stitch in every room going down. So there's where I am on that one. Then let's see that I don't miss anything. Then I worked on my Snowflower Biscornu. I haven't gotten a notice that the person getting it has received it, so I will show you that when she has received it. So this is one of my ever tote bags. And last up is my 100 Days of Hay challenge, the story Keep Butterflies Galore, artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And here I am now. And as you can see, I have started working on a diagonal to try Jessie Marie's way of parking, just to see if I like that better. With 10 stitching, I couldn't do it the way she does. She is like making her diagonal this direction, but with half stitches I had to do it this way, or else it wouldn't work at all. So most likely going forward, either doing a pattern that I have or a pattern that I will start, I will try the new method with diagonal stitching, or diagonal 10 by 10 block stitching, as I would call it, because it's not a true diagonal. So yeah, here's where I'm at. I have reached the halfway mark. I think I am 51.4% progress or something like that on her now. Haven't stitched on her for today, so I need to do that. And going over to plans, I have 3 more days of my hay challenge, and I want to achieve, I have put this in by the numbers for October, and since it's 10 stitching, I have to do 2,400 stitches and not the 1,200 stitches that I normally used to do, because I do full crosses on almost everything, full coverage. And that means I need to do, last time I had to do 3 blocks a day to accomplish it, but as I said, this has been a busy week with plans, mostly board gaming, but still there are plans, and a lot of other things going on, like taking time from my son and husband, etc, etc. So I think I need to do 4 squares a day to reach that goal. So the next days mostly will be focused on my SK Butterfly Galore. And October, I have decided in a way to set a pause on my rotation, or just, you can look at it another way, that I'm just prolonging the first part of my rotation. If you remember, is sales, gifts and swaps, just a category where I can stitch on everything in that category those days. And that is what I will use for rest of October. at least rest of October, because there have been a doctor of mine did something wrong, ended up that, or he didn't do his work when he was supposed to do it, so my income will be at 0 for some months going forward, until some paperwork are fixed and gotten to the right authorities or persons, whatever you call it, and then I will get money again. And I will get money for the months I don't get my money, but I can end up going 2 months without any income. We have to live on my husband's income for those 2 months. So, and that will crash with Christmas. So I have decided for Christmas that I want to try and stitch as many gifts that I can. I know a lot of people in my family and my husband's family have a Christmas tree. Not all in Norway have a Christmas tree. And I was thinking that I would make them their own Christmas ornaments. To the persons I know have a Christmas tree. And I have bought some Kamahimo starter kits. So I will, and I have bought some more cording for that. So I will most likely also try and make some Kamahimo bracelets for people that I know will appreciate that doesn't get ornament. And yeah, so that is why I'm putting my rotation on hold to get that prioritized and get that done, because there is a lot of gifts that needs to be made. And also I said I wouldn't do no starts 2019, but again, making plans, throwing plans out the window, taking them back in. That's me all the way. I love making plans. I love making them, and I am very good at keeping them and not keeping them, and making new plans when I don't keep my old plans. So I want to try and do no starts 2019. But what I did, instead of thinking I will do it the whole year, I will prioritize doing it for 3 months at a time. So I will start with doing January, February, March as a no plan 2019. And there will be exceptions to the no plans. I will get back to that. And if I can do no plans 2019 for those 3 months, then I will just prolong it and see how long I can do a no start for that 2019. And just see how it goes. So the exceptions to that rule is if there suddenly happens that someone I know is getting married or having a baby that I know will appreciate getting something, a wedding sampler or a baby sampler stitched, then I will start those. And if any of my friends want to start something new for their birthday sale, then I will start something new. But the exceptions to start something new for those is that if I can stitch on something I already have that is a whip, instead of starting something new, then I will do that. I won't use the birthday as an excuse. I will just do it if I don't have anything else to stitch for their birthday. Because for me, as you probably noticed in August, birthday is, it's just something that means a lot to me. Most people think it's weird that my first birthday, my first real birthday that I celebrated, I was 22 years old. Yeah, I think I was 22. And that's, I know that is special, and I think I was 22 or 21, celebrating my first Christmas, etc., etc. So for one person that had never been allowed to celebrate those holidays and still always loved them, especially Christmas and birthdays, I have always loved the idea of them, but never been able to celebrate myself. And when I was big enough to actually celebrate myself, I would have ended up celebrating by myself. So I have done like a mini celebration birthday when I was like 18, 19 years old with my best friend, but that was mostly just throwing like a drinking party and that's that. So not like a real birthday anything. That came later. So for me, those days are special, and if any of my friends then want to start something and have a birthday sale, I'm in, and I will start something for those days because I know they are special. So, and I want my friends to feel special, that I am prioritizing them instead of being super stubborn and doing no start 2019. So, but as far as I can, I will not start anything, and if I can just stitch on something I already have for those days, I will. And then we come to why I say at least October. My rotation will be on hold because the full coverage fanatics, their plans for 2019 is out, and all the thematics for each month. And there is going to be the by the numbers, there is going to be thematic months, and there is also going to be a 90-day challenge each quarter of the year. So a 90-day challenge almost every day in the year going. So I want to participate in most of that. I don't know how much I will do the 90 days challenges. I know this rotation works with having those challenges just because I have done the 100 days challenge with this rotation. The only thing I don't like is that every category, every part of my rotation, I have to prolong a tiny bit to get as much stitching done as I want to get done, because the 90 days challenge take away a whole lot of stitching time on other projects. So that one I'm not sure I want to do, but I am doing the by the numbers that I know for sure. My plan is to most likely do my lady and the tiger for every by the number sale, and just to get some good work in on her and just stitch on her and have an excuse for myself to work on her, because she is often not prioritized on my list, but I really want to get her done. I have loved that pattern for ages. There is a reason I bought the kit and wanted to do it and have stitched. I have stitched a fair lot, but not enough to finish the piece, and there's still a lot to do. So she will get prioritizing. And then the monthly ones, I will have to start new full coverage pieces to cover some of the thematics in those months, because I don't have full coverage project that fits everything. So yeah, just one second. My phone is like beeping and it's annoying the hell out of me. Okay, so I need to start some more full coverage projects, and I know also that most likely I don't have enough medium, small, just large projects going, and I don't want to end up 2019 no starts with having just full coverage pieces and memorabilia to do, because that is what I think will happen if I don't start some more other non-full coverage projects and non-memorabilia projects. So I will try and start a bunch of small projects also, but I will see what I get time to do. And as I said, it's not sure I will do all of 2019. And that is also why I'm saying just doing 3 months at a time, because if I suddenly is in, let's see, September of 2019, and I see that I have only full coverage projects left to do, I might want to do more gift stitching, etc, etc. Christmas stitching. I don't have a lot of Christmas stitching ongoing, but I really want to stitch a whole lot for Christmas. The only Christmas thing I have stitched is an advent calendar I did some years ago, and I will show you that one when Christmas comes and it gets packed out of the boxes we have with Christmas stuff. So that means going forward there will be a whole lot of new starts. We all know that in a way I hate new starts. I hate doing new starts where I'm only stitching on the new start for one day. I really do. I hate that because it just feels so silly having a whole lot of whips and starting a project, doing 10 stitches and then not stitching on it for half a year. Like I did this year for the year of whips, so I could participate. I needed more whips, so I forced myself to start more whips. And I ended up with having the I Got a Dream. If you remember, I actually have it right here. The I Got a Dream. And I did like I don't think it was 10 stitches. I think it was like 7 stitches in her face. And didn't work on this. I think I finished her like this summer. So I didn't touch her for over half a year. For then actually putting time in and working on her. So it just, I don't like that. Then I'm like, well, why start a new whip if I'm not gonna stitch on it? If I'm gonna start it just to start it. So, and then you see my problem with this No Start 2019, because I will have to start things just to start things. And yeah, so, but in a way, I haven't said I will do the whole year, but I will start together with Stitching Mommy and Ann P and do it together with them, but not forcing myself to thinking I have to do the whole year. I will just take quarter of a year at a time and see where it leads me. So that is my plans. And I know Adele will do everything in her power to try and get me to start all the stuff in 2019. So yeah. At least my goal is doing 3 months. I will do 3 months of no starts. That is my main goal. And as fast as I when I then stop the No Starts 2019, then I will do what I said last time, where I will have to have at least 3 mini finishes or fully finishes to get 1 new start, to like buy myself 1 new start. So, and by the way, I talked with Jessie Marie, and I have not been following Jessie Marie for that long. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I love her. I think actually she is very much like me. And I just love it. She's an amazing person. So her, of course, I know that her plans, where she has the same thinking as me, the plans I want to do for 2019, that she has to have so many finishes before starting something new, or like buying her starts. That was way more complicated than I indicated, so I'm sorry I didn't fully figure out what the reasoning for that was, but it's more complicated and I love it, and in a way I want to do it, but I still think I should just make it easier for myself and doing the 3 finishes, either small or partial, and get a new start. Or else I would just, yeah, don't make it too complicated. I have a way of always making things way more complicated than they need to be. So I am actually trying to do things less complicated for myself. So that is my plans. So going forward, I am not sure what I will show you with stitching. At least you will see my story Keep Butterflies Galore one more time. And if I don't complete my by the numbers when the 100 Days of Hate is finished, then I still need to work on her until those are done. And going forward, there will be a lot of busy days for me. My husband, this week that is coming, starting tomorrow, he is on holiday for a whole week. After his holiday is done, he has like a special curriculum he is teaching at school. He is a teacher, and as I am just not working right now, he is working as a teacher now. He has, like in Norway, when you go to high school, there is set like you have to do those many hours of math, those many hours of Norwegian, that many hours of English, and that is the same for each and every student in high school in Norway. That is normal from first grade and up to high school. Except you have a third language where the students can teach between what the school is offering. Some schools just offer like German. Some schools have like Spanish, French, German, you name it, etc., etc. So they can pick one of those. And they have also a very special curriculum that is, they can choose what they want to do, and it's between, I think it's 9 different like sections you can choose from. Some is about like theater, some is about aiding, like taking part in starting a charity to build schools in Africa, etc., etc. Some are doing like, it's hard to explain the name in Norwegian in English, but what they basically do is they go around the neighborhood of the school, and they the time they have that class, they can like offer their services to all peoples living around the school and around where they live at home, where they offer them to do grocery shopping for them, mow the lawn, paint the house if that needs to be doing, and stuff like that, and they do it for free. So it's like and it's not just all people, it's for the community. They do good things for the community to build it up and help in the community. And there is a lot of different ones, but the one my husband has is like nature and outdoors activities. And by outdoors activities, I mean like going on the mountain, hiking, go take a tent with them and go for a walk and sleep over. And they are supposed to do that once every semester. And a semester in Norway goes from August to December and from January to June. And of course, when they sleep over like that with school, the rest of the year, those hours they were supposed to have their curriculum, they have free, because they already have like used their hours in that curriculum already. But after this holiday coming up, he is going tenting with his students and will be away for over a day, like over 24 hours. And yeah, I don't know how I will be. I have to go to my doctor because the toe I broke, it is really starting to be a problem. By now it should have been fine, but it's most likely broken in a way that I have to get it operated, I'm afraid. So going forward it will be very busy, and I will see if I have time to my normal schedule filming will not be happening. I will not do every Friday, and I will not do the live stitch with me on Tuesdays. But what I will try to do is, if Heather from Link is My Homeboy is doing an IG live, I might hijack her IG live and IG Instagram, for those not knowing that, and do that. And just most people I feel are following me on Instagram, and I will try, if I see that a Thursday or a Wednesday that okay, I can get some time to do a live, then I will announce it, and I will try to announce it at least 1 hour before and like 5-10 minutes before I go live, so you can follow. But those will not be on my regular schedule, just because I know there is a lot going on and I don't think I have time to do it. So, and if I suddenly get away, like, don't be too worried. Yes, I am having a really bad period right now in my health, but it's just the time of the year. It's busy, it's stressful, it's a lot going on, and I will be fine. I will get through it. And I know with the economical problems coming up, I know that I most likely will fall into like a small depression. I have struggled a lot with depression from I was little. Growing up, it has been tough. So I was severely depressed when I had an age of 12, to the point where I was suicidal. So but with moving out and taking a step for myself, moving together with my husband, from that point of, I had never been suicidal after that. But the biggest problem is when you have like been depressed so severely that I have been, it is easily to fall down again. But it will be fine. I will get up. I always get up. I always will rise again. And for all I know, since I am so clear in my mind that I know that is a problem when we get into financial problems, I know that I start to get depressed, and that way I might not get depressed because I'm so aware of it. I can work with myself before getting to that point. And it's not like the end of the day financially we have some saved up money and we will be able to keep the house and keep food on the table, and that's the most important things. But there will be no Christmas presents buying or buying Christmas decorations or anything like that. So I will just put my needle on fire and stitch, stitch, stitch. So that's that I had for you today. So exciting time going forward. I will try to update a video at least once a month. So maybe before, but at least once a month. And for most of you, that will be a relief, because a lot of people is behind on Flosstube, including me. Every time I catch up, it goes like 3 hours and 5 person have suddenly done a new update and I am behind. So, but it's fine, I love it. So me taking just a tiny break and don't doing as many videos will most likely be a good thing. Also, if I get time to film Stitch with Me's, I will most likely do my A to C Stitch with Me's and try and get that done. That is also, like, for me, a Christmassy stitching, so it can be fun if I can finish it. I don't think I will finish it, but at least finish one block or something. And yeah, so I will be here. I am on Instagram, and the last weeks I have been really bad posting on Instagram, so I hopefully will do better now that I'm reducing my time on Flosstube and filming and uploading and everything. So I hope that you will have a great week. As I said, my husband is on holidays, so we will most likely have a ton of fun. I can see that in our future there will be a lot of board gaming that we have been wanting to do, just me and him. We play together on PlayStation, like Final Fantasy. He plays, I'm watching, I am commenting, I am helping with searching stuff up on the internet, or just participating in that way. I love watching people play video games. And while he plays video games, I usually sit and stitch. So I think this will be our great week. And so next time I am hoping to film on around 31st of October. Yes, Halloween. Have to do a Halloween Flosstube. So that will most likely come around Halloween. A Halloween Flosstube. So it's not like you will see me again ever. So have a great day. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm so sorry about the last video. I have taken it down from Flosstube and I will upload this instead. And as you can see from the title, most likely say something like Flosstube number 24.5. Just so I will be back, and then there will most likely be a lot of stitching going on. So we will have a new hour-long video to look forward to doing together. So thank you all for being here. You are the best. I love doing this Flosstube, so in a way it's hard for me to say I will be away, but at the same time I know that I can't force myself too much, or else I will just get more and more ill, and I need to try and focus on getting better for myself, for my son, for my husband, and even to all my friends, because me getting more healthy will be me having more energy to use on you guys and my family and myself. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for everyone that leaves such lovely comments. And thank you everyone for just being here, subscribing. And I will see you at the end of October. So, goodbye. Have a lovely month.